Oh, hey, Nick. Didn't you chew with your mouth open?
Not usually.
That's getting edited out.
Oh, wait. I'm wearing the same shirt as the last podcast. Shit. Alright, that's better.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second episode of the So Basically podcast. Once again, I'm Nick.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Brandon.
We have several topics that we want to get through, mostly pertaining to the news this week. Justin, would you like to start us off, my man?
Oh, yeah. Lil Xan, appearing back on our podcast, went to the hospital for eating too many hot Cheetos.
I wonder what that's like.
Yeah. He's literally drenched over here from eating all these hot Cheetos.
We just ate a bunch of hot Cheetos to experiment this. And I have a hard time believing that he ate enough to... Can we quote him real quick?
Yeah. He said, I just want to let everybody know that I was in the hospital, not due to any drugs, but I guess I ate too many hot Cheetos, and it ripped something in my stomach open a little bit, and I puked a little blood. So we good.
So we good is basically how he talks.
So let's think about this logically, right? Hot Cheetos, while spicy, while painful, I have a hard time believing that by themselves, hot Cheetos will actually make you rip a hole in your stomach. I think he says, right, as you just said, it wasn't due to drugs, but hot Cheetos could not have been the sole cause, right?
They can tear spicy foods can tear a hole in your esophagus if you eat too many.
Bro, he probably just got high and ate like a whole family-sized bag.
Probably true.
Yeah.
I don't see it going any other way than just eating a family-sized bag of extra flaming hot Cheetos.
No, he said he threw up a little blood. I'm curious as to what was going on downstairs.
Well, because it ripped something open in his stomach.
Yeah, but I'm curious as to what was going on, under the hood.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Brandon.
I'm sure it was just as much of a carnage as what was being excreted from his mouth hole. Yeah, I think we spoke about him retiring last podcast. I think if he continues to treat himself in this way, which he will, his medical bills are going to go up significantly.
He'll need that rap career.
He's going to need to stay in the rap career. So damn it, stop hurting yourself, Lil Xan. I know you're never going to watch this, but...
Well, I was going to say that maybe he should actually try to hurt himself more because of the clout that he's going to receive. This was on so many major news outlets online, right? It was definitely on the Snapchat homepage.
It was on Fox.
It was on Fox. Yeah. Think about that. That's global level clout.
Here's a couple... Here's the clout level. All right, you have clout level 1, where you're wearing your clout goggles.
Right.
Lil Xan's at clout level 2. He's throwing up blood from eating too many Cheetos. He's ending up.
You think that's only 2?
No, yeah. But here's clout level 3 is when you're on the Mac Miller diet, and then clout level 4 is when you're on the XXX dance move.
Let's see it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Thanks for that.
Right, but you're saying.
And then clout level 5 is like Michael Jackson, probably.
But you're saying that Xan is only 2.
Yeah, he's.
I think
he needs to work harder.
I think you're mistaken. I think the clout levels are much more diverse than you think.
Maybe elaborate on that point, Justin.
Clout goggles aren't just the only thing to having clout.
Okay.
It's about respect in the streets.
That's what clout is about.
I think Lil Xan has none of that.
Xan doesn't have that, but he has, maybe public notoriety, I guess, right? Because he has a lot of attention, right? It might not be good, but at the end of the day, he's got attention.
Has he collabed with anyone, decent? Because that's a lot of clout. Collabing with someone.
I don't believe so. I don't listen to him enough.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't need collabs.
I wouldn't do that to
Xan doesn't need collabs.
Oh, he's just that good?
He's just that good.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Diego? What's his name?
Diego Llanos. Yeah.
Thanks, Diego, for being in our podcasting.
Yeah. Thank you, Diego, for making news again.
Yeah, let's see what the fuck he does next week.
Yeah,
Stay
honestly,
tuned.
Yeah.
All right. Next topic.
Oh, yeah. Next topic.
A little bit more serious.
Well, this one, I'm doing a funny one first.
Oh, never mind.
I look at the heading. I'm just like, this isn't more serious, Justin. Go ahead, please.
Over here in Ohio.
Over here?
Over there in Ohio.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You know who's from Ohio, right?
Jake Paul.
True.
I hate that I know that.
From Ohio, though. All right, continue.
Ohio Strip Club.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Ohio Strip Club accepted food stamps for lap dances and drugs. A 5-month investigation revealed that customers were able to buy heroin and cocaine with food stamps.
Okay, I'm more interested in the subheading, first of all. Right? Customers were able to buy heroin and cocaine with food stamps.
So the main heading is about lap dances and drugs, and then they talk about the actual drugs.
And this is a perfect example of the way that the media influences you, not to stray too far from the actual subject.
All right.
Right.
Exactly. But they have to hook you in with something.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give my opinion. First off, I don't think there's a problem with this. Most people if you are on food stamps, you've usually made pretty bad decisions, I'm not saying it's everyone's fault. I definitely was in a very terrible situation when I was a child.
Yeah.
Not me personally.
Let's overgeneralize.
But my parents. But a lot of people are just, there's a lot of, it's maybe environmental, maybe it is decision-based. But for the people who are getting lap dances and drugs for their food stamps, I think that's the least of their worries, and I think that they should be allowed to do that.
And not to, go too much into the subheading again, but it is really concerning to me that people were not only able to give in their food stamps for heroin, but then someone on the other side is clearly suffering, right? In the same way, in a different way, because now they have food stamps, right? But so they have heroin, but then they're willing to accept food stamps.
If I'm getting a lap dance, usually I'm like, woo, but here I am. I'm pulling out my Monopoly money and I'm throwing it on this chick's butt. While it's shaking in my face. I find that hilarious, and I think it should be completely acceptable.
Food stamps for lap dance.
Food stamps for lap dance.
The heroin part, I don't know if we should dive into the heroin, as long as it's not marijuana, because, the devil's grass.
Oh, yeah.
Should not be allowed.
Don't mess with that stuff.
But a couple needles in your arms, no big deal.
No, it's okay.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Speaking of drugs, I believe this next person was definitely on some drugs. She was an Indiana bus driver arrested for letting a 6th grade student drive the bus full of children down the street.
Allegedly, I know it was on video, but it's alleged. Okay? So
yeah.
Get that out there first.
We'll try and put the video somewhere on the screen, but she lets the kid drive down the road like by herself, no assistance, and that's very scary.
I wish growing up that I had a mentor like this bus driver.
Oh yeah.
All right, if we show you a picture of the bus driver, maybe your mind might change a little bit. It's a little repulsive. However, I think everyone kind of admires the fact that it had balls on it to let a 6th grader drive a bus down the street. I would have loved that as a kid.
I was gonna say it is a little bit admirable that they had the trust in the 6th grader.
So it says right here, McGaddy is accused of letting 3 students ages 11, 13, and 17 take the wheel while other children were on the bus. The 3 students took turns steering the vehicle down Lourdes Street in whatever Indiana.
Valparaiso, Indiana.
So can you imagine just trying to get home so you can take that after school nap, and there's an 11-year-old driving the bus.
That's true.
You just see this fresh face just like, hi, like peeking out the window as you're sitting at a stoplight. That would be fun.
Okay, I personally, don't remember much about when I was 11, right? If this had happened, this would be something that I remember.
Yeah.
I'd be like, either
I feel like
if
as
I
a
was
kid, it's not a
driving
big deal. As a kid,
or you just kind of like, oh, this is happening.
If I saw that happening
tonight.
If I saw that happening, I'd be like,
Very
that's cool.
If I saw, I disagree. If I saw this happening, I'd be like, please let me
If I was a
off.
kid on the bus,
But
I'd be like, oh shit, Johnny's
yeah,
driving!
I was gonna say I wouldn't have the balls to go up and be like, yo, please take us home. I wouldn't have the balls to do that. I'd be just like, oh, okay, well, hope I don't die over here.
Yeah, that's,
you know?
I would have done the same
I
exact
don't
thing.
know.
Lots of trust from that. I don't know how she's going to
Okay,
get a job.
I don't know
or
if
what job she's going to look for after this.
I don't know if it's trust more that she's just insane. You know what I mean?
I think she was
Like,
just trying to be that cool,
sociopathy.
That cool bus driver.
What if she was working off a
actually an
barter
interesting-
system? I would look into that. What did she expect in return? Why is she just letting little kids drive the bus? Right? Who just does that?
Do you
Who's
have
just
any
feeling-
potential, ideas as to? Let's not get into that actually.
I mean,
I mean,
You
just
got-
looking at her.
yeah.
Just looking at her, you could maybe.
Jesus Christ, her teeth are trying to escape her face.
Very
Okay,
scary.
okay, and another thing, I know that
She's growing a goddamn
it
chia
says
pet on her.
it says in very small text over here, but she's actually 27.
Yeah, she looks like she's fucking like
50.
40. Yeah, like
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you know what?
My God,
You know what?
if I look anything like that when I'm 27, put a bullet in my head, please.
Oh, okay. Realistically, though, right? Let's try to move on. Okay, we've just been sat here roasting this woman's appearance. Oh my gosh! Look at how ugly she is. Look at her.
Catch us in 5
Look at her
years, we're
fucked
gonna-
up, ugly face. Let's move.
three
Let's
of us
move
are
on.
all gonna look
Okay,
like that.
this could have been anyone. Okay, it just happened to be the person that looked like that. All right. Okay. Anyway, I think that this was an excellent story, and I hope that we find something similar. I just hope that we can move on now. And I know that you have plenty more stories for us to cover. So
Yeah,
if we could do that now, that would be wonderful.
With that bullying, not that YouTube's going to take us down.
Right.
Let's go on to the next headline.
We're not monetized.
You want to read this one, Brandon?
All right. Teen survives 49 days adrift in Pacific, is rescued off Guam. Unable to attract passing ships, he caught fish in the mornings and read his Bible in the afternoons. Okay,
So-
what is he on?
I'll give some background to it.
Okay.
Okay.
So he was out on this fishing boat. I'll try and put a picture in. And whenever they do it, they get a week's worth of supplies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was out for 7 weeks, I believe,
Mhm.
and had to stretch it out. And he had to wring his shirt of ocean water into his mouth to drink,
Yeah.
because he only had a week's worth of water. And then in the mornings he would just kill fish, cook it. He had to start taking apart the boat so he could make fire to cook his
Yeah.
food.
Wow, dude. Wait, does he have pie anywhere in his name? Okay.
That was a really bad joke.
Is he Indian, perchance?
I think so.
What color was his pee afterwards?
He's from Japan.
Oh. My bad.
This is. I just
No,
wanna
from
say that
Indonesia.
this is- okay.
Oh, close enough.
Yeah.
This is insane.
That's sick.
Just for the record, 50 days, pretty much 50 days. So you're talking about almost 2 months.
I can't
Yeah,
wait for the
out.
movie.
It's
gonna be a good movie.
Honestly, yeah.
It would be a pretty boring movie. Every night he just read his Bible till he fell asleep.
Yeah, but I mean, you throw
Yeah,
a
but it's-
castaway
no, but
in
it's-
there, maybe throwing a ball named Wilson, and it's. I think
Honestly,
I think
if
there's a lot-
I was out on the sea for 49 fucking days,
Well, I'd
I
lose
would
my
probably
mind.
start
I
losing
would
my
lose
damn
my
mind.
mind.
He
Yeah.
said that he was said he had been scared and often cried while adrift.
Yeah, well,
I'd-
I'm not
I'd do the same
surprised.
thing.
No
I would
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Oh, he was 19
the
years
ocean.
old.
The
Oh.
ocean is so large, and there's so much stuff underneath there. Like I am,
Oh, I
I'm
would've-
deathly afraid. And when you're out there in the,
Mhm.
like, you don't know what's underneath you, and you're in this boat that's like this big, and there's.
Well, it says even before his odyssey began, the 19-year-old had already had a lonely job as a solitary worker on a rompong, a floating
Yeah.
fish trap with a tiny wooden hut equipped with a gas stove, cooking utensils, and a generator.
Wow. Wow. I mean, he had a good amount of stuff.
Yeah, but only a week's worth
I
of
would have
supplies.
completely lost my damn mind after probably less than a week.
Probably
I
after
don't-
the first day, I'd be like,
I don't know
oh
if
my
you can
God.
show like
The mental
a
decay of
proper
somebody.
different actually. A proper video of the waves, but they showed a video at one part, or like at one point on this news site of how fast the ocean was going, and it was quick. It was quick. I don't know about you guys, but I get seasick super easily. Obviously, this guy is in a different situation because that's what his job was. But like, that's absolutely insane. I don't know. And the fact that when he was picked up, he was actually in okay physical condition. He hadn't lost his mind, right? He was just kind of like, oh my god, this is crazy.
They said he was healthy and like nothing was really wrong.
I don't know.
Wow,
that's nuts.
I mean, it's probably his living situation is probably worse at home than it is lost out on the ocean.
I mean, maybe not worse.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Maybe similar. I get what you mean though.
I'm sorry.
Well, to lighten the mood,
let's
Sorry,
let's
Ajit
move on
Pai's son. All right, after that brief intermission, let's do this last story. This is
Justin. Thank you.
This is our last story.
Okay.
Justin, take it away, please.
Take it away.
Last story. Okay. This is I'll say this is a really intense story.
Yeah.
Right.
What it's like inside the internment camps China uses to oppress its Muslim minority, according to the people who've been there. So China is accused of detaining up to 1 million Muslims in internment camps in the western region of Xinjiang. 2 of them who had been inside those camps told BBC Newslight about the physical and psychological torture that goes on. One described being shackled to a chair, deprived of sleep, and beaten by authorities. And another said he saw people he used to know who looked like they had lost their souls.
This is insane, first of all. Right, even the concept of internment camps, I thought that,
It sounds like they're being fed.
Right, it sounds like they're being fed.
But up
or
to
this isn't Auschwitz,
1 million,
right?
1 million Muslims locked up in a camp.
And I think it's like, I don't know what the number is that you have to hit to become a Holocaust. I also don't think these are technically death camps.
Yeah.
However, apparently they're supposed to be re-education camps of some sort.
This is...
as if the Muslims are
I don't know, this
at
is
a lower rung than the Chinese.
Well, this is the shit that you hear about, right? In North Korea.
Yeah.
Right? In undeveloped countries of the past. This is the shit that I would expect from an undeveloped country that was led by total dictatorship. And I thought that China was perhaps, I generally perceive China as a developed country.
Yeah.
At least
in most places.
To a certain extent, right? It might not be on the same level as
maybe not
us.
Socially.
But this is crazy. This is insane.
One of them said, my ankles were shackled, my hands locked to the chair, I couldn't move, they wouldn't let me sleep. They also hung me up for hours, and they beat me.
One thing that I am confused about, and maybe you can explain this better, what is the point of these camps? Why are they being locked up in the first place?
They're under the guise of re-education camps. If you read up further in the
Okay,
text,
so
that's what all internment camps are for. It's for subjugate. You're subjugating another ethnicity or another ideology with some sort of humanitarian effort behind it.
It says China justifies its surveillance and crackdown on Xinjiang as preventing terrorism, and has repeatedly accused militant of starting terrorist attacks across the country.
Yes, but
I feel like if the terrorist attacks were on the level that the Chinese government seems to claim, all these people are causing terrorist attacks, we would have heard about it. This would have made world news, certainly, right?
Yeah.
Because if you think about what makes world news over here...
They claim it's back from the 1990s.
Yeah, back from the 1990s until now.
Yeah.
If it was just happening in the 1990s, then they wouldn't be throwing them in camps now, right?
We would assume.
They would have already developed the camps, already opened the camps.
Yeah, we would assume that. However, I think that.
But they should even. I'm not justifying the camps, but if they were being used for what they're saying, they shouldn't have all these. Like they said, they had thick wooden rubber batons, whips made from twisted wire, needles to pierce the skin, pliers for pulling out your nails.
It's like a worse version of Japanese internment camps.
Yeah,
Well,
so this sounds
World War
very.
II.
I was gonna say this sounds very World War II internment
There's going
camps.
to be a bullshit
Yes.
justification from the Chinese government.
Right.
If it's just for surveillance, they wouldn't be torturing them. Like
Although
that.
you have to keep in mind, right, that China has been really cracking down on surveillance recently.
Yeah, I mean, they control
You know.
everything from the internet to...
Yeah, they have hundreds of millions of surveillance
where you're going.
cameras in China that are
Yeah.
just meant to track literally where you are.
Mhm.
Exactly. You know they have so much authority, clearly, the government in China, that this happens.
Mhm.
This happens.
Unfortunately.
I don't know. It's crazy. I know I say that a lot, but it's sick. I haven't heard of this in a semi-developed / developed nation before.
It makes you wonder
in
what
my
else is
lifetime.
happening there or even all around the globe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. If this is happening in China and this is just now news,
Apparently it's been happening.
What
Yeah.
could be undercover in other places? I don't know. Scary thoughts.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I don't think it'll go. Actually, I don't know. I feel like I want to say it won't go much further, but
We would like to think so. However, we have no... our progressive American
I don't want us to start conflict.
strength... Well, we won't. We won't, because we kind of do the same thing by rejecting some level of...
It's not the same.
Yeah, but we're not in camp. It's a different level of discrimination. They're on a higher rung
Yeah.
level, almost torturing these people. We're just not.
They are torturing
yeah.
these people.
We're just not letting a gang of them in.
And
essentially.
Justin, I'm curious. Is this the only article that you saw about it?
No,
Was it
Well,
isolated?
I take political science, and we talked about
Right.
it in our class.
So
it's
this
like
is recent.
yeah, it's recent, or I don't know
Or
how long.
current.
I don't know how long it's been going on, but it's definitely current. Like it
Wow.
didn't. We didn't hear about it until earlier this week.
It's
Mhm.
weird
Or
that
last week.
it's weird that the article that you found it on was on Business Insider,
Yeah,
right? And
that's a well put together article.
I thought about it, and I'm just thinking about. I should say not thought about. I'm thinking about this right now. You would have thought that there would be so many other publications that would be onto this story, right?
Or on
Onto this story right now, currently. If this is really happening, this is a big deal,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they also said the UN on Thursday called on China to halt the practice of detaining individuals who have not been lawfully charged, tried, and convicted for a criminal offense in any extra-legal detention.
Yeah,
I'm
is
just
China even
thinking
part of the
about
UN
this.
though?
They need to be. They need to. This is already a new level of being fucked up, because the UN is now stepping in and being like, "Hey, China, something that, obviously shouldn't be happening. We need to tell you guys, hey, if nobody's been convicted of a fucking crime, right? You shouldn't be putting them in fucking camps."
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
And that's not
I don't know.
just necessarily. I think that's a moral standard that most countries.
Most people. I was gonna say that exactly.
Well, yeah, they're being put in camps for not doing anything wrong.
for their ideology.
Yeah.
Right. Can you even imagine?
And you wonder
that happening here.
And you wonder why. Okay, there's this stereotype that people are that Muslims, that all these terrorists happen to be Muslims, and that's clearly not the case. That these people are obligated to lash out because they're being subjugated to all of this discrimination on any level, really.
And now that they're being forced into camps, there's probably going to be an increase in terrorist attacks that they're lashing out. Probably they're probably going to be inspired to lash out their anger, to vent their anger, because they've been oppressed by the government. Now they're more likely to be against the government.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. It's so counterproductive.
Yeah, China's definitely not helping terrorism.
No, I think that goes without saying. Yeah.
And I don't know. It's not a. It's a great article to end the podcast on.
Yeah.
We will be having these podcasts be a little bit shorter and hopefully more frequent throughout the weeks. We might have 2 to 3 podcasts a week. We're kind of playing around with it right now. Of course, this is just episode 2. We plan on getting guests in here as mentioned in the previous podcast.
At some point.
But that is TBD currently. Other than that, do we have any final words, thoughts to say? to the lovely audience of the So Basically podcast?
Well, I want to say thank you guys again so much for watching this episode. If you made it this far, that's amazing.
Also,
And, yeah,
don't waste food stamps on strip like
correct.
lap dances or drugs. Save
Yeah,
those
it's
and buy
it's
food.
really not worth it, to be honest.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
No, it definitely is not worth it. You know, there's like temporary thirst, right, versus food, something that you're gonna need forever, right? You know, I shouldn't say forever. I should say consistently over the course of your life. Which, if you're giving up, if you're trading it for lap dances, then maybe you won't be living that much longer. But
Hey.
that's just my take.
I'm not
You
here
know.
for.
Anyway,
I'm here
we're
for a
getting
good-
off topic.
I'm here for
We're
a good
getting off
time, not a
topic.
long time.
And I would
That's
say,
an excellent point.
why waste your time eating Cheetos when you could be eating pills to kill yourself instead? Signing off.
On that note, goodbye,
This is Brandon.
Justin.
Nick.
Have a great week, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.